Good evening, everyone. Yes, we're still on the Identity and Prosperity Show. And tonight we'll be speaking about a beautiful concept which I came up with. Uh, Creativity lies when you be yourself. So I was just being creative and I came with this beautiful concept on how it's more ideal to spend our time. So it's called the 30 times 3 plus 10, which makes up 30, 30, 30, 90%, and the last 10% makes up 100%. So it's 3 times 3 plus 10. So this concept is a very beautiful concept. It speaks about how it's more ideal to spend our time. So how do we spend our time? How do we manage it? It's very important that in order for us to prosper, we need to keep track of our time. So I speak about different concepts on how we can spend our time. The first 30% is gonna be with the peers, the circle, the close friends that we usually speak about, the people who are close, the people we spend the most time with. So these are the close friends that we spend most of the time with. So they will be making up the first 30%. And it makes up 30% out of 100. The next 30% will be with the mentors. These are people who are already at places or positions or state of where we want to be. So these people are the people we look up to. Now, these are our mentors, our coaches. Now, all these people are those people that we feel like, if I get to reach that kind of level, then yes, I'll just, give a pat on my shoulder. So this makes up the next 30%. So it makes up 3, which is the PS, the close friends, and makes up the other 30, which is the mentors. Now we're left with 40%. Now the other 30% is going to be made up of your mentees. Now these are the people whom look up to you. The people whom look up to you. These are the people who call you my inspiration, my mentor. Now, these people are those who usually hype you up. These are called mentees. And it's very important that we spend time or we have such people to, always remind ourselves and always hype us up. So it's make up 30% of the first people, which are the peers, the close friends, the 30%, which is the mentors and the coaches, the people whom we aspire to be like. The other 30% is going to be the mentees, the people whom they look up to us. So the last 10% is the time that we spend with ourselves. So it's very important that each and every time you get to have solitude, that the little time that you spend with yourself, the conversation that you have within, it's very important that you have such moments. So it makes up 30, 30, 30, makes up 90%, and the other 10% which is remaining is the time that we spend with ourselves. So to go further into detail, let me give you a typical example, a funny joke. It's been said that if you hang out with 9 broke friends, you'll be the 10th broke one. So the kind of circle that you keep is very important. If you hang out with confident people, you are most likely to have confident thoughts, confident attitude, and you're most likely to be confident too. So if you hang out with winners, you're most likely to be a winner. If you hang out with the passionate, you're most likely to be passionate as well. So the first 30% is very important that you spend with the right people. Now, I'll give you a typical example. If you are a career person, you're all about career, you want to thrive in the world of career and thriving in the corporate space, it's very, very, very important that the time that you spend is with people who are career oriented, because in terms of conversations, we cannot run away from the conversations. The kind of conversations that we usually bring up, it says a lot about who we are. So if you're a career person, you're career oriented, it's very important that you spend time with people who are career oriented as well. Now, the kind of conversation that you're going to have with these people, it's about how do we thrive in the corporate space? How do we move from one organization to another? How do we just put ourselves from an intern and reach that kind of senior position in a company? Now, these are the people that you should hang out with if you are career oriented. Now, if you're an entrepreneur like me, it's very important that you hang out with entrepreneurs, because the kind of conversation that I'll usually bring up, and it's me, it's who I am, the kind of conversation that I will usually bring up, it's about entrepreneurship. So it's very important that when you hang out with entrepreneurs, you being an entrepreneur as well. So the kind of conversation that you'll have is about planning next move. How can we just thrive in this world of business? How can we just network in terms of business? How can we just move from one business to the other? So it's very important that if you are a speaker, you hang out with speakers. If you are an entrepreneur, you hang out with entrepreneurs. If you're a poet, you hang out with poets. Now, also with traders, it's very important that if you're a trader into forex and into this markets thing, it's very important that the kind of association that you keep is of traders, because you cannot hide away or distance yourself from the kind of person you are. The kind of conversation that you will usually bring up, it says a lot about who you are. So the kind of people that you should hang out with is the kind of people that will speak the same language as you speak. So if you're into trading, hang out with traders, discuss trade markets, discuss the current trends, all these things that relate to trading. If you're an investor, do hang out with investors, discuss about, funding deals and all about thriving in the space of investment. So it's very important that the kind of peers that you have or you hang out with is the people that speak the same language. So I covered the first 30%, which is peers. Now I'm going to cover up the second 30%, which is the mentors and the coaches. With regards to the mentors and the coaches, these are the people who will always stretch you, to thrive more. Because if you hang out a lot with the peers, it's going to be a case that you'll be comfortable. So with mentors and coaches, these are the people that, will just speak a lot of huge figures. You'll think that I've made it in life until you come across a conversation with them. They kind of hold the conversation that speaks about, long figures. The moment you have just thought you have made it in life, the moment you made up with a mentor, a coach, you'll feel like, no, I'm relaxing. I need to go for higher grades, higher goals, because these people, they stretch your mind, they pave a way. You always thought, okay, if I made to 1,000, now I've made it in life, only to find out that there are people who are making millions. Now if you get to have 1 million, you'll just be relaxed, only to find out that the mentors are now on the level of billions. So the mentors, they always stretch you, they always make sure that they pave a way for you for your next level. Because if you hang around on the same spot, you wouldn't know about the next level. Now when you hang out with the mentors and the coaches, these are the people that always remind you that no, it does not end here. There's always a next level waiting for you. So it makes up the other 30%. So the 30% of the first one was the peers. Now the second one was the mentors and the coaches. We're going on for the third one, the mentees. Now these are the people that will just hype you up. I never thought that I made 17 live videos until I had mentees to just remind me that, Kagiso, you inspire me, you're doing great. These are the kind of people that will always remind ourselves that we are so great. Because I'll speak about the power of acknowledgement. In most cases, we'll just, forget to acknowledge on how great we are. Because if you spend a lot of time with mentors and coaches, you will think that, I'm not even doing well, because you don't have time to just remind yourself about the little that you have done. So the mentees, these are the people who will always, remind ourselves on how great we are. These are the people just hype us. These are the people who just, boost your self-worth, your self-esteem, because they'll just remind you on how you inspire them. These are the people that you need to make sure that you show them that indeed mountains can be moved. These are the people that need you to show them the light. Now, the mentees are very important because they are the people who will remind you that, Kagiso, you've been doing great. I've been watching you. You're doing awesome. You inspire me. Now, that's when you feel like, okay, I'm actually doing great. Because if you hang a lot of time with coaches and mentors, they will create a sense of lack to say that I'm not doing well. But then the mentees will always remind you that, Kagiso, you're doing well. You're doing amazing. I'm watching you. Inspire me. Now, these are the people who will boost up your self-esteem. Now, the other 10%, because I believe that in all of us lies greatness. There is a power and there's a partner within us, which two partners rather, intelligence and intuition. Now it's 30% for the peers, 30% for the mentors and coaches, 30% for the mentees. Now the remaining 10% should be with ourselves. Intelligence and intuition, these are the greatest partners that each one of us have. So these are the kind of partners who will always guide us on the next move. When you get to spend time alone, your mind have conversations with you. You know, your intuition always speaks to you about having your next move. So if I were to speak about a topic on the Identity and Prosperity Show, the kind of conversation that I would have inside, those are the kind of partners that I rely on. It's called intuition and intelligence. Now, for me to think about all this beautiful concept, it's because the partners that I have within, you know, when I take a long walk outside all alone, the partner within always guides me. When I have a shower all alone, the partner always guides me. When I take a long drive all alone, the partner, intelligence and intuition, these are the people, the partners that I can rely on. Now, let me give you a typical example on why it's very important that we split our time into this part. Because if you spend time with the mentors, they will create a sense of lack, because you always think that, you know what, I'm not doing great, I'm actually not good enough, because they are the people who are thriving so much in the area field that you want to specialize on. So if you take all of the 100% time and you spend it with your mentors, you will forget that you're actually doing great. Now, that's the biggest mistake that one can do, always spending time with mentors and coaches. You know, having a sense of lack to say that I'm not doing great, because these are people who are thriving a lot and I'm actually thinking that I'm not good enough. So it's very important that we get to spend our time. We don't spend all our time on doing a certain aspect of having a relationship with one group of people. So also, I'll give you a typical example on the peers. Now, if you have so much time spending with the peers, you're going to be so comfortable because you wouldn't know about the next level. If you spend all your time spending time with your peers, you wouldn't know that there's a next level. You'll be so comfortable. You stay in your comfort zone for quite a while, because you will never know that there's a next level, because all your peers all talk about, it's the kind of thing that you and them rather are in the same level. Now you didn't know about the next level. You'll be so relaxed and you'll stay in the comfort zone for quite a while, not knowing that actually there's a next level waiting for you. Now those mentors are the people who remind you always that no, Kagiso, we're still having a long way to this. But then if you spend time with the peers, you wouldn't know about the next level. You'll be so comfortable and you'll be in a comfortable state for quite a while, and we never grow in comfortable situations. Now, the mentees, if you take all of your time spending time with the mentees, no, the biggest problem with these people is that these people, they will always hype you up. These people just give you an immense amount of praise to say, Kakiso, you're doing great. The moment you get a lot of praise, you get to be comfortable, you get to be cocky. The moment you be cocky, you don't move away from your higher priorities and go to your lower priorities. The moment everybody says, like, Kagiso, you inspire me, Kagiso, you're doing amazing, Kagiso, you're just the best, I'm just like, thank you. Then the biggest mistake that what I can do is that to think that he has made it in life and be so comfortable. When you be so comfortable to say that I'm so great, you become so cocky. The moment you become so cocky, you then resort to your lower priorities. Because the mission was just to say I need to be a person who's pursuing speaking and entrepreneurship. But then if I get to have all my time spending with the mentees, they'll be telling me that I've made it in life, I have done it, I'm all great now. Now the problem is that I'll resort to lower priorities, having different habits, losing touch with my mission. So it's very important that I get to split all my time. Now the last 10%, with the they always say comfort zone, yet there's no comfort there. Yeah, vision became so big that even my comfort zone now, it's so uncomfortable. So the last 10%, it's the conversations within. Now, solitude is very important, but the biggest problem most people do is that they stay in solitude for quite a while. People say that I don't like people, I'm just self-absorbed. But then the problem is one. If you want to pursue a gift or a mission, it's not meant for you. Be it speaking, you need the audience. That's where people come in. Be it cooking, you need people that you need to serve. Be it singing, you need the audience to give therapy to. Be it entrepreneurship, you need the base of people that you can sell to. So it's very important that you don't spend time self-absorbed to say, I don't like people, I'm all about having time with my own, I believe in spirituality. But then the problem is one. be it anything, any mission in life, it's meant to better others, not you. So you need people. That's where the basis of network and PR comes in. Because if you say that I'm all about spending time alone, the moment you want to pursue a mission, you'll only realize that a mission is meant for bettering others. Now, how can you better people if you feel like I don't need a space to interact with people? Because with a mission, you'll need PR, you'll need network. Now, the basis of PR is just to say that whenever you want to pursue a business, these are the people who will be the basis to say that I have people that I can rely on in terms of me starting a business. Network is that are the people who speak about you at closed doors. So it's very important that you don't spend so much time with solitude, being all alone by yourself. So it's very important that every part of these people we spend time with. So yes, great evening. It was lovely to have you guys. And yes, I'll save it on my live video. And thanks for being with me.